Hello everybody and welcome to the 6th episode of Legends and Friends Go Global. Today I promised you what is more than likely, supposed to be anyway, a competitive fixture for our Hall of Famers to come up against. Shakhtar Donetsk are in the Gold League, which is 2 steps higher than where we are currently situated, and that should mean a game that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to win, but maybe the players are still too good for a challenge like this. But let's just contextualize things for a moment and show you just how good things are for Shakhtar at the minute. They are in 3rd position in the Gold League, and they're not quite as dominant as the likes of Villarreal or Palmeiras are, but I would fancy them to continue their good run into the playoff positions. The rules I probably understand is 3rd versus 6th and 4th versus 5th to decide who gets promoted to the Platinum League. They're a kind of hit and miss team. They're beatable most times, very rarely get a draw, but they seem to have a penchant for those Brazilian clubs, only managing a point against all of them. But they lost crucial games against Palmeiras and Villarreal, which could certainly favour me. As for the Hall of Famers themselves, we've got plenty on our agenda. We've got the last game, you might have seen it in the last episode. We put the mighty Werder Bremen to one side with 3 goals to the good there with Kinsler, Wisniewski and Van Gran. More German opposition arrived on our doorstep this time, but it was a 2-goal victory against Frankfurt. The Le Mans FC duo Cisse and Delad, my first probably famous strike force on FM history of YouTube anyway. They did the business there. Bordeaux, not so much of a challenge either in the 5th round of the Little Cup. It was Van Gran, Brian Wheeler and Jairo Mesa, back from injury, securing that result. And then our most difficult game in quite some time against the bottom dwellers, Red Bull Salzburg. It was Fusiani Cisse popping up very, very late into stoppage time there. If I dare remember, it was probably an assist from the goalkeeper or something, was it? No, it doesn't necessarily register. Oh no, it was Kinsler who got the crucial assist, but it was a bit of a hopeful lump upfield to get the ball to the right winger in the first place. And then most recently we advanced into the quarterfinals of the Little Cup by dispatching Lobos BUAP. They're a Mexican club as far as I'm aware. They did an honourable job, it has to be said, but we did lose Jason Wood to injury. And nevertheless, we saw the 4 strikers that I either had on the pitch from the start or taken off the bench scoring goals there, so I'm very impressed. And we had a week's break into the new year. We have Shakhtar Donetsk in the Camp Nou, which should be an interesting affair, but will my team of selection get the job done? The 4-2-2-2 is going to be deployed here. Some big names, of course, having to settle for the bench, but Van Gran, I have to say, is probably the surprise package after I was most likely going to leave him on the bench most games. But certainly you'll remember the last episode, Brian Wheeler was the player I built up as the star of the show thus far. He's lost the Golden Boot position, I think. Yeah, he has, by quite a distance, but he has time enough to catch up. But I'd like to see him perform on a big global stage against Donetsk. Other good players playing today, we've got Brian Boring, who makes a rare start, as I think there is room for him today. We've got the centre-back pairing of Germain and Hoogland, and Bernardo retakes the goalkeeper position. The one thing I will say, while I have a moment, is the players certainly respond when they're not being picked. I thought I could work a way around this, but it wasn't to be, and it's causing a bit of grief in the back room. The dynamics are certainly changing every now and again, but I can certainly tell this match cohesion bar is coming down, and maybe by the end of the season it could be in the neutral position. Managerial support goes up and down every now and again, but that's natural. The hierarchy I'd like to show you Cisse, Zhang and Diawara are on the top. Dushuang, Germain and Mesa threaten to pop in next. And just Evander remains on the bottom rung of our structure, and other players are certainly fighting their way up. But I'd like to see how the players react to Brian Wheeler. He should be up near the top of this list considering how well he's playing. And happiness, most players are doing quite well in all departments, but some, as I said, are concerned about the quality of training or their playing time as an example. But it's very, very difficult to keep them all happy. Maybe one way we can do that is getting into the next round of the Ruby Championship. Some fascinating games perhaps in future, but it's all about us and Shakhtar, who will hopefully be drawn against Real Sociedad in the next round. But certainly you've got some uneven games. Getafe and Liverpool looks like a non-contest there. Then maybe Cagliari and Birmingham could make a cup run of it for themselves. Catania or Manchester City could play Juventus. And then maybe Middlesbrough and Gremio, you wouldn't expect to see that every day. And then perhaps the pick of the ties, Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. But that's about the future. Let's focus on the present and get into the match screen, where I expect an interesting game. I said that in the last episode and we were badly let down, but there's no point really talking about the league considering how lopsided it is for us. We are on course to at least get second place, which is all good. But anyway, there's the team I picked, and certainly you'll recognise some of these players for Shakhtar. It is their strongest 11. They've got Marlos, Tyson, Bernard and Lo Celso is the attacking quartet, and we'll have to certainly contain them or else there'll be trouble. But let's go out there, give the fans a performance. They've only just assembled, of course. They are very much the figment of my imagination. They're not real life club followers, I suppose, but let's give them something to cheer about as we bring the noise, end the team talk. Everyone looks content, and they march out onto the famous Nou Camp turf, and we are ready for kick-off. Certainly there is an absence of fans behind the benches or the dugouts, whatever you prefer, but we're going to see Shanahan and Kinsella working together on the right hand side for only a brief moment, and it's a swapping of the flanks. Lo Celso, Fred and Bernard nearly gets a shot on goal, but our direct game is proving costly in the early minute of the game, as Shakhtar had two very good chances to score. There's a looped header from Hoogland, not once but twice. And now it's gone through to Brian Wheeler in the other end. It's Van Gran. Oh, what an end-to-end performance these two teams have put up. But Alcardo Van Gran couldn't miss. And you'd be surprised at Wheeler's selflessness there. It was a tap-in for the South African. And it could be 2-0 here through Cyril Michaud, and then Wheeler. It's a decent pass. Kinsella at the far post. Ratiowski clears, and Wheeler now back post. He goes about 70 degrees backwards, but now Bernard is going to counter-attack, and he has inches of space or yards of space, and he should have scored with a lot more time than I could have expected. But we're going to go through ball again. Bernard well wide this time. Might want to go fluid for a little while, but definitely what a start to the game. The 20,000 or so fans getting a great payoff, and it's an equaliser from Stefan Bell. How on earth did that sneak in? It's role reversals. Bernard the striker feeding Stefan Bell the defender, and we have an equaliser, or tie game I should say, right in the first 15 minutes. Cyril Michaud puts it out for an unceremonious throw in. What can we do now? We may be a bit more disciplined. Yeah, possession is terrible, and I'm paying the price for that. Maybe Shakhtar have exploited a weakness. Bernard again! Maybe he should have a strike partner, because he's missing gilt-edged chances. and certainly there have been a lot of them for Shakhtar, so we might want to go counter-attacking and flexible for a little while. Stephenson has a yellow card, and there was a call to close a man down for a little bit. Lo Celso tackled, Stepanenko steps in, Shanahan inexplicably loses it, and how about this now? It's 2-1 to Shakhtar, and definitely the competitive nature I had hoped for is coming true, but this is appalling from the Hall of Famers, one of the worst performances of the season, and it's coming at a very, very disappointing time. Route 1 pass is cleared. Stephenson to Brian Boring. That's a drop down from Van Gran. Wheeler into space for Kinsella, and Michaud only hits the side netting with a volley. Ah, goodness. But maybe the legends will wake up and smell the coffee. It's Cyril Michaud! 2-0! Ah, goodness. We are getting a classic, ladies and gentlemen. It was another unmarked man at the right hand side of the goalkeeper's perspective, and it is 2 apiece. Radaby surprisingly yellow carded the first time all season. Fred Bernard and Ismaili. That was almost a delightful finish from Ismaili, who hails from Brazil also. I forgot in a bit of a blank moment, but now we've Brian Boring turning his back to goal, but it's okay. The Chesterfield of Dreams trio, they could have a chance open up, but it's a team opportunity, and there's still more to go. Has possession improved? Yes, it certainly has. We'll zoom out just a little bit there, sorry. Stephenson is in the pocket. Van Gran with a headed opportunity this time. No such luck. Tyson wins the loose pass. Lo Celso, look at the overlapping right back. It's Lo Celso back on possession. Bernardo held at the second attempt, and we may just have to relax the players coming into an intense half-time break. Definitely the response was great from the Hall of Famers, but we need to see a third goal to one of the teams in the second half. But in fairness, the packed I think South stand there for our Legends fans, that is great to see, but I have to criticise what I've seen. We can do a lot better than this. The players have certainly jolted at that critique, and we can begin a rip-roaring second half. Cyril Michaud straight away with a cross-fielder that does very little to increase our chances. We need to concentrate. Don't give away a sloppy goal so early in the half. It's Stefan Bell, and he nearly loses it, where Shanahan was guilty of a mistake. We've got Boris German over to Hoogland. Not a good pass as his German counterpart heads it into the opportunities. Oh, and Van Gogh is 1-on-1! Oh, this chip has grazed the crossbar. I think he should have scored. Oh, Michaud over the top. That should have been on target, not necessarily a goal, but we've got Bernard. Oh, he's got Marlos now. Another overlap from the right back. We may want to pay attention to that. Tyson over the bar. I'm going to certainly respond to that right back. That's very dangerous, letting them in completely unawares. Bogdan Butko, he's not very well ranked by his averages, but that may not necessarily mean anything, so we'll try and close him down as much as we can. Player ratings, you can see the defence is doing extremely badly, but the attack is on the march, and we'll just have to balance it out for a little while longer. Azevedo comes on for Ismaili at left back, but we're going to have Fred and Tyson is certainly teaming up, and now there's Marlos at the far post, and it is an unmarked header in that area of the pitch again. It is the critical third goal in Shakhtar's favour, and we're going to have to change things up straight away. Ronnie Pinho will take the place of Rasmus Stephenson. We're going to have to bring on a centre back, I think. Hoogland can move over here, and Frank Reeves over there. Maybe Du Shuang should come on as well. Yeah, we'll swap those guys around. And maybe Jairo Mesa can come on for Van Gran. I know he did a great job with the goal, but I just think we can do a little bit different. We can do things a little bit differently at the minute, so we'll have 4 substitutions. We want to see a good display, and it hasn't gone down too well. Maybe it's harsh to demand so much when we're not doing a good job overall. But here's Jairo Mesa, has Ronnie Pinot to support. Du Shuang. Oh, it's a terrible pass. Azevedo has no problem there. Bernard is through. Beats a sliding tackle, but it's a terrible shot to the goalkeeper's left. We're going to go back into attack mode. I don't know what the rules are for this tournament. It could be extra time and penalties. Harry Winks, someone might recognise him. Transfers are a lot more bizarre in this universe because technically you're not limited to geography anymore. Harry Winks, yeah, there he is. I forget who he plays for. It's probably Southampton or something, but I'll have to bring up opposition instructions to get a clear look. Where is he? Harry Winks. Oh, it's Tottenham, excuse me. Played for Tottenham, and he must have moved to Shakhtar in a transfer opening, because there are no transfer windows in this database. Jairo Mesa to forward pass to Brian Wheeler, and there's your error yet again, giving the ball away in the crucial zone. Marlos to Fred. Winks. Oh, he's going to give it away to Kinsella. And Wheeler has to find Ronnie Pinot, and Jairo Mesa he has got to shoot, and he doesn't get it onto his better foot. Great opportunity, but we have more to come in this commentator's opinion, and maybe we will risk Jordan Martin for a better compacted midfield. Brian Wheeler, I'm sorry to say, your time is up. We're going to put Martin there. No, put him there actually. Ball wing midfielder for Du Shuang. Martin will need to be the Mazzella. Get offensive. Radaby, stay back. And Hoogland, yeah, you're okay. We just need to push forward. And again, Jordan Martin doesn't respond to that team talk either. Kinsella, early cross. Jairo Mesa with a second opportunity on his left foot. And it is not a good shot, but it is a corner. Kinsella. Oh, maybe Martin Mesa on another save. Great shot. I didn't remember who that was from. Another far post corner. And it's a very bad one. As I accidentally click opposition instructions. Push forward. Oh, Bernard, look at him. He's on the right hand side. Gets past the defender. Swaps the flank. Stepanenko. Butko. Good tackle. Michaud. Rude one. Jairo Mesa. Now can he shoot? Yes, he can. Third time's the charm. Third time in the back of the net. We are going to the live wire here. 3-3. I have promised you an entertainment. I've promised you entertainment, and you're getting it. But we've got to stay composed. Bernard yet again. Oh, it should have been clear. Tyson. Low cross. Bernardo saved. Brilliant stuff by the legendary Frenchman. And maybe we should go counter-attacking. We've made all of our changes. Or have we? Yeah, we... 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we have. Sorry, yeah. Excuse me. Let's tighten things up a bit and then go for the kill if there is an extra time. I don't mind if there's a replay. I like swapping the players around because we have the magical 40 of them. Oh, missed by Tyson. But they're saving their substitutions for late in the evening. Move up the rankings, and you can see Jairo Mesa made a good impact off the bench. Reeves! Oh, it's another corner with the 4 minutes of stoppage time underway. Kinsella on the right foot again. It's Butko stripped of the ball, and he does give away a nasty tackle, and we're going to have a free kick that we won't get to see for that yellow card. It's another corner. We have to count them up. They are building and building. That's a penalty in the final moments of the match. We've had 9 corners, and this one's delivered a penalty, and the red card. The person in charge of the responsibility is El Capitan Jairo Mesa. Sends the keeper sprawling away from the ball, and it's another stoppage time winner for the Hall of Famers. Oh, this is a brilliant game. 4 goals to 3. It was always up for grabs. I couldn't predict a winner there, but it was an evenly fought contest. 18 shots between the clubs, but it was our crucial 12 on target that has certainly made the difference. Fouling was a prevalent issue as well, nearly 32 if you double 16, nearly that amount, and there was a blatant red card. I'll need to look back at the replay to see what went wrong, and well done to the lads. Despite Tyson's man of the match performance, he is defeated, and great efforts from the front offensive line with Kinsella and Misho definitely impressing. We'll get to the dressing room and bring this episode, the best of the series so far, to its conclusion. Well done to the players. They have shown themselves worthy yet again of the title of Hall of Famers. So there we go. Just extraordinary stuff. Let me see, that's a good bit of... Oh, it's a lot of prize money. Oh, it is a lot of prize money. We're going to be a solvent club, no question about it. And we'll go to play Real Sociedad in the 6th round of the tournament. That's just exceptional stuff, really. I can't say anything better than that. And we've only 4 days to prepare for our match against Sociedad. If it's something you'd like to see, just let me know. But the game that most appeals to me is still the Celtic match. We've been kept apart for so long, and it's about time one of us takes the initiative in the title race. You can just see we have 7 points in arrears, but about 5 games to catch up. So if we're lucky, we'll be on 55 points compared to Celtic, who are lying on just the 47. But that concludes the episode today. You've been absolutely spoiled rotten with this exceptional match. And until next time, I hope to see you again very soon. And I hope to keep these players together for even longer than just the first half of the season. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.